Hey guys, it's a good day here. We're doing some Amsoil 100% synthetic fluid changes. We got the CVT fluid. We're going to be doing it on this 2014 Honda Civic, and as you can see, it does meet Honda HCF2. And you can get this stuff at my link down below in the first comment. I am Mike Trull, Amsoil dealer, 146-3115. If you would give this video an early like, that really helps the channel out. And subscribe, trying to make it to 1,000 by the end of 2022. All right, let's get into this. And this is gonna be a simple drain and fill today. And it's really not that bad, so stay tuned. We've got the front end raised on ramps. We got the rear end raised on jack stands. So it is level because we're gonna need it that way in order to set the fluid level. Now there's three openings on this transmission, three main openings. There's a plug right on the top of the transmission. You pull that out by hand. I don't know if we can get eyes on that, but we will in a little bit. There's also a level check plug that is down on the front of the transmission, and then there's the standard Honda drain plug on the bottom of the transmission that takes a 3/8 inch ratchet drive. So what we're gonna do first is use the Amsoil brake and parts cleaner. We're gonna clean off around the level check plug because it's kind of dirty. I think there was an issue where the fill plug was popping out, the rubber plug, and so they might have had some fluid come out, and I just want to get it clean before we start. So right now I have my 17mm socket on the check bolt, and right here on the bottom of the transmission is our drain bolt that we're going to use a 3/8 ratchet drive to take that out. But right now we just want to loosen this bolt because we want to make sure we can set our level when we're done. So with a drain pan in place, I'm also going to remove the check plug right now because I'm actually curious where this fluid level is set. We don't know if this fluid has ever been changed before, and so we don't know if this is going to be a correct level or not. Okay, there's a little bit running out, so this is probably an ideal fluid level right here. You pull the plug with the transmission warm and the car's level, and you got some dribbling out. So I would say that is probably an ideal fluid level. And get our drain bolt, and this one should be magnetic, and so it should tell us a little bit about what's going on inside the transmission. Hopefully there's no excessive wear material on it. There we go. Didn't even need a breaker bar. I was able to get it with this ratchet here, so that's good. It wasn't over tightened. So let's see. We take it out. We want to get a good view of what's on this magnet. And actually I need to back up because this is going to shoot out this direction as soon as we remove this. Alright, feels like it's out. I'm going to hold my hand out of the way. Oh. Alright, put your drain pan back a little further than you would think, because it does shoot out of there pretty good. Alright, so we're going to let that drain. Yeah, that has a very clear, almost brown, almost redishy brown color to it, and I don't know what color the fluid is supposed to be. So I really hope that nobody added ATF regular, you know, red colored ATF to this, but interesting. Let me know down in the comments below what color your CVT fluid is in your Honda. I'm pretty sure this Amsoil fluid is green, but we'll see when we pour it out of the bottle. So we're gonna let this drain. We're gonna clean this magnet, which has a little bit on it. Nothing too crazy actually, so that's a good sign. You can see there's just light wear material on it. But we'll get this cleaned up. Here is a crush washer here. We'll change that out. And after this drains, we'll reinstall plugs and start the refill. We'll show you that.
Much better sun coverage.
All right, so we have our magnetic drain plug all cleaned off and a new crush washer on there. And so I have a feeling you could let this thing drain all day and it would still be dripping, but that's probably been about 15-20 minutes. And there is a torque spec on this. Go to number1synthetic.com, my website. Down in the first comment below, it's going to have the torque spec. It's going to have how many quarts of fluid. Hold on. And that is valuable information. I started out the wrong direction. There we go. But my whole thing is I just do it common sense. But if you need the torque spec and you got a torque wrench, that info is available. Alright, you want it tight enough to crush that soft aluminum washer you just put on, but you don't want to strip your threads or make it too tight for next time. So now with our check bolt, it's in loosely. What you can do is leave it out and fill up till it runs out. I put mine in hand, just finger tight. We're going to take it out later, but I'm going to go ahead and dump 3.5 quarts in, start it up and mix it around before I go to set the level. And then after that, after we run it through the gears and everything and shut it back off, I'll go ahead and pull the check plug and we'll set the level at that point. Alright, so Rosie's gonna help me pour the first quart. Top of the transmission, there's a plug, and we do have our drain plug reinstalled, and our check plug is in too, just hand tight. Alright, and Gabe's gonna add quart number 2. Let's make sure our funnel is still in place. I did look down below and verify that nothing's leaking straight out. Oh, what does it smell like? Go ahead. What does it smell like?
Quality.
Oh, it smells like quality. Let me smell. Alright, and do it a little high so we can see the color of the fluid. Oh yeah, it's a very light green. Very, very light colored green. You can go ahead and drop it in there so it's not, so we're not missing the funnel. But yeah, so very interesting. You can drop it, let her drain for a while. So we checked the Amsoil website, and we put in 4 quarts. So in theory, it's 0.2 quarts overfilled. So what we're gonna do is start up and run through the gears, and that's going to mix the fluid. And then what we'll do is shut off and we'll pull the check plug, and that's going to set our final level for us. Now some people will do it with, they won't even do this step. They will just fill it with the check plug out until it drains out, and there's probably nothing wrong with that. But I figured this way we'll get that new fluid mixed in with the old, and so when we set the level, you have just a little bit more of that mixture of old fluid coming out. Yeah, just pause a couple seconds in each gear. We're just letting it mix through. I'll actually power brake it just slightly. Foot on the brake and everything like that. All right, so now we're under the car with the drain pan in place, and we're going to remove our check bolt. Again, remember this is slightly overfilled. 3.8 is what's listed at my web link, number1synthetic.com, and we did put in 4, and we started it, went through the gears, and let's see what we get out. Oh, well, that is very interesting. Nothing's draining out. So this is really good that I have a bonus quart on hand. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to add fluid till it runs out this hole. That is very strange to me. Huh. Well, if you're going to do this job, go ahead and order at least 5 quarts so you have enough on hand. We did put in a full 5, or full 4 so far, and I'm actually surprised. All right, check plugs out. Donovan's going to add through the top, and we're going to look for when it comes out.
All right,
so he's adding slowly. All right, so keep pouring, Donovan. We're gonna.
All right, start it up again.
I'm at a loss, guys. So when you have done your fluid change, let me know in the comments below how many quarts you've had to add. We've now got over 4 quarts. Oh, is it? Okay, it is dripping out. Yeah. So.
I just stopped.
Thank you, Gabe, because I can't actually see. I'm looking at the camera screen, but yep, you are exactly right. So let's get this plug in. We got our new crush washer.
Just a little over a quarter.
A little over a quarter, okay.
You can see.
Perfect. There is the shot. Oh, it's not really showing up in that sunlight, but it's but yeah, we'll if you can make that out. So that's how much fluid past 4 quarts we had to put in.
9.9.
Guys, this is how much we used out of that 5th bottle. You know, closer to half a quart. Again, let me know in the comments below how many quarts you need to do this job, because, you know, I expected to only need the 3.8, but we ended up needing over 4. So I recommend you go to my link down in the first comment below and order 5 quarts if you're going to do this job. And there we go. Let's go for a test drive. Feel like. Feels good so far. I know CVTs in general are, you know, there's no shifting feeling. I heard there are some CVTs where they actually engineer in like a little step feeling where it feels like they're changing gears. So all right, so we're not gonna floor it or anything, but let's just see how it feels. That's about half throttle. Feels good. All right. Feels really smooth. I'd say this change was a success. Guys, like the video, subscribe, share, and be sure to check out some of my other Amsoil fluid change videos. And if you would, go to my link in the first comment below, my website, my web link, #1 synthetic.com, and I'll also probably put some direct links to Amsoil's site for this stuff. And be sure to look up your vehicle by year, make, model, and engine. And I am Mike Trull, Amsoil dealer 1463115. Have a great Christmas, a happy New Year, and I'll share the verse of the day. Thanks.